a black culture, a black entertainment, a black excellence. And when you do something like this, you got folks outside the community see that. TMZ talking about it, NBC talking about it, CNBC talking about it, CBS happens. How do you think that benefits us? And that's what we celebrate. We, as a community, are going to be held accountable for that. Subliminally, subconsciously. People going to look at us with raised eyebrows and think as a community, oh, you down with that? You cool with that? That's what you celebrate.
I haven't seen you hand out lashes in a minute, Dr. Umar.
I'm going to have to start giving some out, though.
What's your thoughts on Stephen A. Smith?
I was talking to somebody the other day. I didn't see what did Stephen A. say about O.J.? Something about O.J. Simpson?
He was upset, I believe, that BET,
that BET honored him.
Honored him.
Yes.
Okay.
Had him in the In Memoriam package.
Yeah.
My view on my brother Stephen A. Smith, I vacillate. Because 1 minute, he'll say something that I say, good. Like when they gave Steve Nash the Brooklyn Nets coaching job. Mm-hmm. And he said no black man gets that job with no experience. And you're going to coach KD, Kyrie, and James Harden? No black man gets that. Good job, Stephen A. And then he'll go right back and do something coonish like this. Mm-hmm. If BET wants to honor OJ, let them honor OJ. White people honor white people who are guilty of things, right? And let us be clear, did not OJ get acquitted?
He was found innocent.
He was found innocent. So Stephen A., if OJ Simpson was found innocent for the murder of Anna Nicole Smith, I believe the name was. What was the name?
Murphy,
Nicole Smith.
Nicole Brown.
Nicole Brown Smith, yeah.
Right. But forgive me for getting the name wrong.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But if he was found innocent in a court of law, how can you come back, Stephen A. Smith, 30, 40 years later and say BET was wrong for honoring the man when he was found innocent in court? So you're parroting a white supremacist narrative. I need Stephen A. to pick a side and stay on it because he floats back and forth. Now, to his credit, at least he does float. Some of them don't even float. They go hard on the white supremacist narrative and stay there. Stephen A. go back and forth. I need him to pick a side because every time I'm proud of him, like Stephen A. did a good job today breaking this down from a racial standpoint, he'll go right back to cooning. So I just need him to pick a side and stay on it because I don't know where he stands.
Well, God bless the dead, but some people would say, well, now, Dr. Umar, you defending the bunny hopper and OJ.
Great question. I'm not defending the bunny hopping aspect of OJ. I'm defending the fact that OJ Simpson is a black man. And when I'm dealing with issues of black men or black people, what they do to one of us, they can do to any of us. Mm-hmm. And that's why when I look at Jonathan Major's situation, if you would, he had no business bunny hopping. But does that mean his career should have been destroyed over that incident?
Absolutely
Because
not.
she had a cut on the finger and a cut behind the ear or something like that. So he gets his whole career destroyed, even though we saw on TV he ran from the white girl, ran from the white girl. And I don't know if you saw what his lawyer said. Jonathan Major's lawyer said he got convicted, not necessarily, and I'm paraphrasing, not necessarily because he abused her, but in defending himself from her abuse, he was too aggressive. What the heck? And they found that she was guilty of abuse, but the prosecutor said they didn't have enough information to charge her. Look at that. So she walks and he gets his career destroyed. That's a shame. Even though he's guilty of bunny hopping, I don't want to see that happen to any black man because that could happen to me under other situations or circumstances that don't involve a white woman. So even if he's a bunny hopper, I still got to separate that out and look at how the impact of this case can affect all black men.
That's right.
Got you. Now
Yo, it's Big Ant, the spokesman, man. We back. Another edition of Urban Politicians TV, UPTV. Make sure you stay on your pivot at all times, man. Had to come tap in. And first and foremost, I do want to once again send condolences to the entire families of O.J. Simpson, Nicole Brown, and Ron Goldman. The names connected with this storyline still have family members and loved ones and close friends with it. So most definitely condolences to all of them and God bless their souls. And if you saw me the other day speaking on this topic right here and you said that nigga Big Ant is going to speak on this some more, you guessed it. Because I'm most definitely overly invested in getting out the real message and controlling the narrative on niggas like Screaming Ada Script, Rita Smith, and the trash takes that he decides to put out there world with all the theatrics and capping and acting and back, whatever you want to call himself doing, because we got to keep everything factual. And I had links in the description where you can watch this in full on his show, the Stephen A. Smith, where everything originally kicked off at, where he put it out there like we need to be concerned and have any type of feelings and care about what people that are not black think about what's going on in the black community, like we owe it to them or something, and their opinion matters about us, which is another form of him being directly disconnected to what's going inside of the lifestyle of black America culture and everything. And then where you could see Dr. Umar Johnson, when he got asked about it, what he said about it and everything. And I'm gonna tell you like this, I am not pushing the same exact line as Dr. Umar Johnson, because he was found not guilty. That's that. Still one of the greatest running backs of all time, no matter how you slice the pie. People can feel away at things of that. So Dr. Umar is like, hey, bro, you say something good at one point about the black community that make us look right, but then you go out here and you do this. And I don't think Dr. Umar Johnson got that full context of things, but he broke it down from his perspective in a very good way and made it clear what he was getting on, that, hey, nah, we can't do this because they'll do that to all of us in this type of point in time. Guilty or innocent, no matter how you feel about the case, he was found innocent. Now, different people gonna have different opinions about that. My whole point of this is, nigga, you have taken it upon yourself to use this billion-dollar company that has platformed you to take an opportunity to act like you speak for the black community, and you're wrong, and you out of pocket, and you was out of line, and you is lying, as you just did recently on Will Smith, where you brought up him in a conversation. Y'all put out a bad narrative, your script readers, your team. I know you're not coming up with these takes yourself, Stephen A., the bad take, Jake. You decided to put this out there and run with it when they put it in front of you. But then you call out Tia Mowry and say, man, when I seen O.J. Simpson name, now make this clear, I want this to be all the way fact for the people who don't know yet. They put everybody name who passed away in the black community on their screen at that point in time. Wasn't a 5-minute segment for O.J., a life story or nothing. They put everybody up there passed away. You call out Tia Mowry for reading it when your people handed you this script, because you said you wouldn't have read it. You would have said you would have stepped back. Would you have, why you didn't do that with Will Smith? You didn't say, well, hey, man, I don't like how this look about Will Smith, nigga. Like, this don't sound right. The numbers don't look like they all the way. Let me do some research. Nah, you tried to act like you spoke for the black community with Will Smith and said the black community is concerned with this Will. This why the numbers is down. The numbers was not down. They was better than the last one. Then you came back and talked the circles with all a whole lot of theatric and acting instead of just keeping it to the point. I messed up. I made a mistake. I was wrong. You said you got a phone call from somebody close to Will and you understand what they saying. Man, knock it off. Then the stuff with Kyrie Irving, you stood on that for years, and then we never knew that you got a phone call from Kenny Smith until he told us, nigga. So I want this to be clear. You do not speak for us. We did not put you in that position at Disney ESPN. You got that job for whatever reason they decide to hire you, and then now you're trying to act like you the black voice. No, you can never be that, because the black people didn't select or elect you and said, we want him to be the black representation at ESPN. That is an entertainment talk show for sports. We didn't say, this is our guy. We didn't push you up through the ranks through your independent platform and say, hey, we want you to go corporate, and we watch you build it as you was putting out independent commentary and independent thing. We didn't see that in the black. I didn't see it. You got a job, and then we got hip to who you are, bro. It just is what it is. And now you trying to get the popping and trending off the topics that's hot and trying to become a YouTuber, and you all over the place, and we just could tell how you was completely out of touch. Even with your sports takes, as you keep showing, you don't get it, and you're not representing the black community. Ryan Garcia been getting all this backlash for saying nigga with the ER, and then disrespected Muslims and others, but most definitely took it to the highest level when it comes to the black community. You came on there, gave him this praise and acknowledged his boxing skill, and you didn't even realize that, nigga, you don't even understand what went on with him getting beat by Javante Davis and how it was viewed. You called out Devin Haney for accepting the fight.
See, it went out. And I know it was ultimately his win over Devin Haney was ruled a no contest. I blame Devin Haney for that. What the hell you take the fight for? He came in 3 pounds overweight. He made no efforts to honor the contract. It was supposed to be for a title shot at the 140-pound division, but ultimately he was ineligible for the belt because he came in 3 pounds overweight, and you gonna bet him $500,000 for every pound that he's overweight, and he glad you gave you the $1.5 million that he owed you for being 3 pounds overweight. Come on, bro. You the champion. You should have never gave him that fight. If he's not willing to honor the clause, so be it.
Not knowing that the weigh-in is a day before the fight. If Devin Haney calls that fight off at the weigh-in, he's gonna be trashed in boxing. He's gonna be called scared. He gave that fight to his fans instead of saying, "Hey, bro, you overweight. We this is gonna disqualify you," whether they had it in the contract or not. If he would have been on the thing, "Oh man, this ain't right. He overweight." They made a bet. You referenced that. Then you went up there and put Ryan Garcia like he was better than Frank Martin, or more solid, or put on a better show than Frank Martin, because Frank Martin got knocked out.
It was a good fight. He got caught and got dropped, got right back up, went back to fight Javante Davis, and not only did he do that, but you get caught by a body shot. That happens. He didn't get knocked out the way Frank Martin did. That uppercut that left Frank Martin hopeless before ultimately getting caught with a left check from Javante Davis that put him down, that a knockout. That's not how Ryan Garcia went out.
Bro, he got down on the knee and didn't get back up and fight. In the I can speak for the Mexican world. They was mad at Ryan Garcia by not dying in that ring, bro. The Mexican community don't believe in taking. If you get hit with that body shot, ain't no taking no knee and not continue. You better be on the ground rolling over. That's why Oscadillo and them, Hoya and them didn't walk out there with him, nigga. You are out of touch and don't even know the sport of boxing or how the people perceive it and how they'll be looked at for certain things, nigga. The main focus on this conversation should have been on the N-word. You talked in circles, bro, with all the theatrics and tactics. You say a whole lot to say a whole lot of nothing. We over it now. You need to get your act together. Dr. Umar Johnson had his conversation on it, and I'm going to have mine until you decide, or I feel like you don't think you speak for the black community no more. It is what it is with me. We did not select you. We did not elect you. You got a job from people that liked you at their corporation. They hired you, and you performed duties, and you've been promoted, sponsored, and did what they needed to be propped up to where you are today. You didn't hoop before. You didn't play football before. We known you through being on ESPN for the most part, bro. So, nigga, that right there is not saying that you're great because they're giving you the scripts to read. You don't even know what you're talking about. Even your team on your YouTube channel now. Get it together. If not, we up on you every single time. It is what it is, bro. Tell me what y'all think. We got more coming, more videos, all that. 1,000 for shit show. Stay on your pivot.